Hey guys, I have 3 chapters of One for the Murphys coming to you today. I am joined by Fisher. Hey Bubba, look, Fishy. Fisher here. It's my couch buddy. He's gonna listen to me read with you guys, so I hope you don't mind. When we left off, Carly and Tony were bonding at Carly's house, and Tony was talking about making millions on Broadway and then splitting it with her best friend, and Carly was just obsessed with her calling her best friend because Carly's never had a best friend before. So that's what we're picking up. Chapter 26 is called Walk Off Loss. I plop down on the couch. So, I say to Mr. Murphy, the Sox are down by 2 points? Yeah, but you say runs, not points. He frowns at the TV. Oh, I'm nervous now. He sounds angry. I've been wondering about him and the adoption book. I figure that if Miss Murphy took out the book, she must be okay with the idea, but I wonder if he will go for it. If he likes me at all. He's sitting on the edge of the couch, resting his elbows on his knees. The Yankees have the bases loaded with no outs. The guy at bat has a 2 on his jersey. How intimidating can he be with a number like that? Number 2 hits the ball and ends up with a double. Mr. Murphy slaps his leg. You're kidding me, he yells. I'd like to ask what the attraction is of watching if it makes him so miserable. The doorbell rings. Miss Murphy answers it, and Tony comes around the corner. I meet her in the kitchen. Hey, Connors, what's up? Tony asks, smiling. Ceiling, I say. Miss Murphy laughs. You think you're pretty funny, don't you, Connors? Don't get all swelled head because your mother laughs. She probably thought what you left in your diapers was a masterpiece. With the word mother, Mr. and Mrs. Murphy look questioningly at me. It's bothering me that I haven't told Tony the truth. The more that I like her, the more my silence feels like a lie. Tony's attention turns toward the TV. She walks in that direction, stepping just inside the family room. Yup, Tony says. There's nothing better than baseball on a Sunday afternoon. My dad and I watch it whenever he's home. Mr. Murphy looks like he's ready to adopt her. Maybe she'll win me some brownie points if she's sitting around talking about wonders of the blessed Red Sox. And there's nothing better, she continues, than watching the Red Sox get pummeled into the dust by the Yankees. Don't you love a team that goes 86 years without winning a series, and when they finally do, they act like they own baseball? This is going to be an issue, I bet, because Mr. Murphy loves the Red Sox. Okay, in my mind, I see this whole thing as a car teetering on a cliff, rocking back and forth. Losers, she says. Sox fans are nothing but losers. And the car goes over, falling and falling and falling. Okay, see you, Fisher. Mr. Murphy's head turns slowly, and then he glares up at her as if she just pulled out a gun. She finally gets around to looking at him, noticing his Red Sox hat and the drop-kick Murphy's shirt. Oh, she says. Sorry. I've never imagined Tony retreating from anyone, but she is out of there in a shot, back in the kitchen with me and Mrs. Murphy. I have a few things to say about Yankees fans, he yells at us. Now, Jack, Miss Murphy is amused. Remember, you're the adult here. You really have a way with people, I say to Tony. Well, I won you over, didn't I, Connors? And you were pretty rough stuff that first day we met. Downright terrifying, I'd say. She laughs. Actually, you looked more like you were going to pee your pants. She's right, and I hate thinking of myself as a coward. It bothers me how, even though I act brave, things still scare me on the inside. Listen, Byers, I say, I could take you any day of the week, and I think back to the way things really happened. I did. Terrifying is right. You better believe it. God, Connors, you're beginning to sound like me. I hear they're a psychiatrist for that kind of thing. Nice, Connors. Real nice, Tony smirks. Miss Murphy's at the sink now. Sometimes I think she's chained to it. Daniel comes in, dribbling his basketball, and his mother asks him to stop. While Daniel goes to the fridge for a Gatorade, Michael Eric and Adam drag a bag of cars into the kitchen. Boys, can't you find another place? I'm working here, Miss Murphy says, cutting up green peppers. But, Mom, Michael Eric says, you're always working, and we need lines for roads. At first, I don't know what he means, and then I see Adam setting up matchbox cars on the grout lines in the tile. She sighs, but she lets it go. So, Connors, Tony says, will your mom let you go for a walk or something before dinner? Mom? Panic. I have to cut this off before Michael Eric looks up. Is Carly's mommy here? Tony looks like she feels sorry for Michael Eric, like he has oatmeal for brains. Come on, I say. Let's go shoot hoops. I turn to go, praying that she will follow. Well, is she? Michael Eric stands. Is she here to take Carly away? Hearing him say that and looking at his big blinking eyes gets to me, but I shake it off. Michael Eric, you're such a joker. I look toward Mrs. Murphy. So is it okay if I go? I ask her. She turns toward me and looks sad, and I want to be able to freeze everyone else in time and ask her why. Is she sad because I'm a liar, or because she'd like me to be her daughter, or because the thought is so terrible that it makes her cry? Don't go far, she says. And for her, that's a perfect answer. It says, yes, but I'm worried about you. I turn to go, and Tony does too. I can tell she thinks something is weird, but what really shocks me is that Daniel hasn't outed me. I hear Michael Eric running, coming up behind me. Before I can say anything, he's wrapped his arms around my leg and is laughing. Carly, Carly, your mom is my mom and your dad is my dad too, and you're going to stay here with us for always? Daniel finally lets out a small burst of laughter. I can't believe you didn't tell her. Daniel, not your business, Miss Murphy says. She's already coming toward us. Wait, Tony says, with one eye practically closed. She's not your mother? She like an aunt or something? Daniel folds his arms and laughs again, and his mother shoots him a glare that shuts him off. No, Michael Eric says. Carly's from the Fosters. No, Michael Eric, a red-faced Miss Murphy says. Not from the Fosters. She puts her hand on the side of his face and bends over to look him in the eye. Go back to your cars now. Okay, pal? Tony's face is red now, too, as if she's been the victim of a practical joke. I search my head for something, anything, to explain, because I wasn't just silent. When I called the Murphys mom or dad, I was lying. I just really liked the sound of it. End the agony already, Daniel says. Tell her you're a foster kid. She turns to me. You're a foster kid? This isn't your family? That hurts. Tony, her eyes narrow. You lied to me about who you are? Is your name even Carly Connors, or is that a big fat lie, too? I'm sorry, Tony. I never meant to lie, but being a foster kid, I swallow hard and try to count as I speak. Being a foster kid is just so, you can't believe how humiliating it is. And Daniel doesn't look amused anymore. His mother looks like she's going to cry. And I want to run, but I know I can't. I have to stand and take it this time. I didn't know what you'd think of it, I plead. I'm still me. Please, Tony, you're my best friend. I'm so dumb, she makes two fists. I told you everything about me, and you just. She steps away from me. See ya, Jane Doe, or whoever you are. As I'm trying to get my head around the Jane Doe comment, she spins and bolts out the door. The Murphys all look at me. I can't look at them, so I study the white threads on my high tops. The last three letters in friend are end. If you take out the N, you get fried. So Miss Murphy moves toward me, and I back quickly into the wall, hitting my head on the doorframe. I was right about being a foster kid. It is humiliating. Oh, Carly, she says, in that voice that I just can't hear right now. Yeah, whatever, I say, cutting her off, and I run upstairs to the fireman room, close the door, crawl under the bed, say a prayer that she won't come looking for me, and hope that Tony will forgive me. For a few seconds, I even try to cry, but I can't. Pause here so I can plug in my computer because it's going to die. Okay, we're good now. Chapter 27 is called Irish Abyss. Miss Murphy pops her head in to ask, Hey, Carly, got a minute? I've been lying in bed for 2 hours listening to Ariel sing about how she doesn't belong anywhere. Sure, I answer, sitting up. I can tell by her face something serious is on her mind. I scroll through all the things it could be. Is she going to tell me I'm going to be adopted as a Murphy? Is my mother here? Is Tony dressed as Elphaba at the front door, waiting to turn me into a gnat? Carly, Miss Murphy asks, pulling me out of my zone. She laughs a little. I'm on guard. What's so funny? Jack goes off into those little dazes, too. I call it the Irish abyss. Always deep in thought about something, you Irish. I like being labeled with something that has to do with the Murphys. Well, Carly, I'm wondering how you're doing. That whole thing with Tony must be very upsetting for you. A nod. She obviously cares for you. I think she'll come around. Perhaps you can talk to her. I don't think she'll talk to me. Well, you don't know that until you try. I don't need to jump out of an airplane to find out what would happen. You're pretty funny, Carly, but I know this is serious to you. She's a good friend, and those are hard to come by. Perhaps it's worth taking the risk. Talk to her when you can. I bet she'll listen to reason. I hope she's right. I eat more chicken casserole than usual. Every time I get the feeling that I want to say something, I stuff my mouth with food. Michael Eric has fallen out of his chair for the third time, and I can tell Miss Murphy has had it. Michael Eric, if you can't sit at the table like a big boy, then you'll have to leave it. Okay, he says, jumping out of his chair. That cancerole is yucky anyway. Casserole, Adam corrects him. You're so dumb. Am not. You're dumb, Michael Eric screeches. Well, you smell like a butt. That's enough out of the two of you, Mr. Murphy says with his mouth full. I think Mom's dinner is delicious, and if any of you fellas don't want to eat it, that means more for me. He smiles and winks at his wife across the table, but his forehead is covered with lines. Michael Eric, sit down, Miss Murphy says. But, Mommy, you said I could leave, he whines. That's not exactly what I said. Sit. You did, he yells. I don't want to eat yucky dinner. I want to play. Miss Murphy gets up and grabs Michael Eric by the arm and sits him back in the chair. He's crying, and his face is blotchy and red. Mr. Murphy's tone is even lower than usual. Julie, calm down. She gets up and storms out. The downstairs bathroom door slams. Adam starts sobbing. Mr. Murphy stands up, wipes his mouth, and musses Adam's red hair. It's okay, pal. Then he drops his napkin on the table and heads for his wife. Daniel says, This is your fault, Michael Eric. Michael Eric screams, It is not! It's yours, dumb face! I feel like I'd better get things calmed down somehow. I look at Michael Eric and Adam with their blotchy, wet faces. I'll tell you what, I'll play superheroes with you guys if you can be quiet, and I'll give my dessert to the one who's the quietest. Michael Eric and Adam are happy about this, but Daniel says, I don't want your dumb dessert. Michael Eric's face scrunches up and he sticks out his tongue at Daniel. I can't ignore the hushed words between Mr. and Mrs. Murphy in the bathroom. You know, guys, I'm going to go see if everything's okay. After all, they don't know that I'm their category and should stay put. Remember, quietest gets dessert. Big whoop, Daniel mumbles. He gets up, walks into the family room, and turns on the TV. I tiptoe into the hallway and stand beside the bathroom door. I'm worried about you, Julie. You're spread way too thin with this girl. Our boys need you to be their mother. I hear her crying. Look, Julie, I like Carly. You know I do, and I know how much you love her, but she isn't ours. I lean against the wall. She loves me? She'll be going back to her own mother. You have to accept that. We don't know that for sure. Oh, no, Julie, we do know she's going back. He moves toward the door, so I move away, and then I can't hear what else he is saying. And then I hear her yelling, Jack Murphy, I'm so sick of the world revolving around you and what you need. I get away just before she barrels out and heads into the kitchen. She goes to the sink, leans her hands on the counter, picks up a mug, and then throws it into the sink. Pieces fly everywhere. The boys freeze, only moving when they look at each other. Michael Eric cries and holds Mr. Longneck to his chest, and then Adam. Things are going to go bad. I can feel it. She turns to the boys. Hey, guys, everything's okay. Mommy's just upset, but everything is okay. I'm not upset because of you. It's me. Mr. Murphy comes back into the kitchen. He doesn't say anything, but he stands kind of like one of the boys when they're in trouble. A side of him I didn't know about. Julie? Not now, Jack. Just leave me be. The boys freeze up again. So do I, but I can see she's calming herself down. My mother couldn't do that to save the world. I'm going to take a shower, she says, and leaves. Soon Mr. Murphy heads upstairs. I sit with the boys for a few minutes before they go play with Legos. I clear the table and have everything just about cleaned up when Miss Murphy appears. She has a soggy ponytail. She looks younger somehow. Carly, she asks, looking around the kitchen, did you do all this by yourself? Yeah, I say, worried. You didn't have to do that, she says, looking like she's really glad I did. I don't mind. It's the least I can do. And I think about Mr. Murphy and how he doesn't want to keep me here anymore. Although he never acts that way, he's always nice to me. I like him, and I wish he liked me more. I can't take the thought of being sent away again, but I don't think Miss Murphy would fight her husband to keep me here. Chapter 28 is called Must Get Out Now. I can't take it anymore. The Murphys, Julie Murphy to be precise, I've hung a question mark on her and I don't know what to do. It seems like I'm afraid to trust her anymore, or maybe I want to leave before I'm told I have to go. All I know is I have to get out. I pick up the phone and dial the number on the card, Miss McAvoy's number. The phone rings 1, 2, 3, 4 times. She must know it's me. I get her voicemail and I hang up. I redial. This time I'll leave a message. Phone rings again and I get a real voice. Oh no. Hello? She asks. Hello? Hi, I say. Yes, who is this? Carly? Carly Connors? I'm sorry, I must have the wrong number. I slapped my forehead. That was so dumb. Oh, Carly Connors, of course. Is there anything wrong? I need to get out, I say. I want to reach out and grab the words back, wondering if this is one of those times when I shoot myself in the foot and I can't explain why. Or if I really want to leave the fireman room, chicken casseroles, playing superheroes with Michael, Eric, and Adam, or sitting on the kitchen counter talking to Miss Murphy. I decide that I am an empty headed twit. What's happening, Carly? Are you in danger? No, I just called to say hello. You did you? Yeah, so how are you? I try to sound happy. You just said that you had to get out. What did that mean? Oh, I meant that I need to get out more, fresh air and stuff. Shake my head. I sound like a moron. Miss McAvoy, everything is fine, really. So, how are you anyway? She takes a sip of something. Assuming that everything is fine, I could be happier. Because with all the things that I have to do already, now I have to fit visiting you into my schedule. No, you really don't have to do that. Our policy is that if a client calls, we need to make a home visit. Even if I just called to say hello? Yes, Carly. A child can call in a crisis and not be able to tell the truth on the phone. Is that what's happening? Are you in crisis, but someone is there watching you? I can send the authorities immediately. Now I worry that I'll get the Murphys in trouble. Carly, are you there? Yeah, sorry. So is everything okay? Are you in any danger? She actually sounds nice. I'm in all kinds of danger, but it's my own doing. No, everything is fine, really. Okay then, she sighs. I understand it isn't an emergency, but I'll have to see you soon, nevertheless. Please don't do that. Hey, Carly, you called me, remember? Yeah. Okay then, I'll see you soon. Soon? What's soon? Just when I thought I couldn't mess things up anymore? I do. And that's the end of our third chapter. Be sure to tune into the Flipgrid discussion and take part because I want to hear your thoughts. Have a great day.